In other words, Marx's great discovery was the revolution isn't over yet. We haven't done it yet. Is the end of slavery a good thing? For sure. Marx was always clear about that. Is the overthrow of feudalism a good thing? Yes. But we're not done. We might wish we had been done. We might wish that capitalism had ushered in liberty, equality, fraternity. It hoped it could. The people who made those revolutions hoped it could, but it didn't happen. And we have to ask the question, Marx, why it didn't. And I think I've figured it out. Because we didn't change the organization of production. And what would that mean? It's not that complicated. It means the workplace has to change. No longer do a tiny group of people at the top decide what gets produced, how it gets produced, where it gets produced, and what is done with the profits. No more board of directors of a corporation making all those decisions while the tens of thousands of employees come to work, do their work, go home, watch television, drink beer, and repeat the whole game tomorrow. If you want liberty, equality, fraternity, and democracy, it has to begin at the workplace. If you don't do it in the workplace and you try to do it elsewhere in society, you will fail. That's what the history of capitalism shows us. It won't work. You won't get it. And you will have to then convince yourself that you can't do better in the human experience beyond capitalism, which is what all capitalist systems try to convince their people. We are the best. We are as far as it goes. We are the best you can do. Look, feudalism, Marx tells us, tried to convince people that the lord and the serf was the best you could do. And before that, the masters tried to convince the slaves it was the best you could do. In the end, history undid them. And Marx is very confident that in the end, as people live under capitalism and watch how it works, its operations, the inequalities it produces, the instability of these endless business cycles, the whole unjust system that it spawns, isn't the best human beings can do. And then he thinks the same revolutionary spirit that got rid of slavery and got rid of feudalism will turn its criticism upon capitalism and ask, how can we do better than capitalism? And for that, Marx says he thinks he's found the answer. Transform the workplace from a capitalist hierarchical to an egalitarian worker cooperative. It's an extraordinary piece of work. It has had staggering social implications for 150 years. Makes no sense to ignore it. It makes no sense to do anything other than interrogate it for whatever lessons for today it might be able to give us. And that's what we're going to be doing later this year, the 200th bicentennial of Karl Marx's birth.